These Nike price increases are insane. The iconic all-white Air Force One has increased its retail price to $110. In under 1 year, Nike has raised the shoe price a whole $20. At the beginning of the year on January 11th, the price increased from $90 to $100. For most people, that increase isn't that outrageous. It's still cheaper than a lot of shoes that drop today. And with discount codes, you could have still got it for $90. With a little bit of tax, of course. But on July 2nd, the price increased from $100 to $110. Even crazier, in Europe, I think I've seen the price raise up to 119 euros, which is about $124, and that is insane for an Air Force One. Nike must have caught on to y'all reselling these shoes and when they cut. You already knew Nike was gonna get theirs. You better believe that. And before anyone says,
Vixen, I guess you haven't heard of inflation before.
Bro, this is not inflation. Inflation has not been up 22% in the past year. It hasn't even been a year yet. It's been 7 months. Inflation is not going that crazy. And just to prove that, according to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, inflation for all items is up 8.6%, and apparel specifically is only up 5%. So that's not even close to 22%. This is just Nike being greedy and wanting more profit per shoe. At the end of the day, it is their company. They can price their shoes however they want to. And sadly, I know people are still gonna buy it anyways. There's no way that people just randomly stop buying these shoes over a $10 price increase or even $20. I know a lot of people were getting them basically under retail. I've seen some people have employee logins, crazy discount codes, and they were able to make their money off reselling those Air Force Ones. That's why you see people like this getting full size runs of regular Air Force Ones. Honestly, I'm not really sure who were buying these Air Force Ones, because when I was seeing people sell these, it was for $120. You can go on Nike.com or go to Foot Locker and get them for retail. So I'm not really sure who's buying these. The Air Force One is probably the highest volume selling shoe in history. The shoe dropped in 1982 and it's been a staple for an entire culture. It is 40 years later and people are still wearing these shoes. So that just shows you how iconic and popular these shoes have been. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the all-white Air Force One anymore. I feel like it's kind of played out, but to each their own. Only thing that sucks about the all-white pair is that once you wear it about 5 times, you pretty much have to get a new pair. When I had a pair, I even tried putting the shoe shields inside the shoe so it wouldn't crease, and that doesn't even work. There's no way I could walk without creasing my shoes. Also, when you try to clean them, they still have like this dirty tint to it. There's no way you can get a pair of Air Force Ones back fresh how they were when you bought them. I don't know if that's intentional from Nike, but if so, that is a genius plan. A shoe that you can't clean and you just have to buy another pair of shoes, that's an infinite money glitch. I just thought of something. What if you sold dirty pairs of Air Force Ones to the TikTok kids? For whatever reason, TikTok kids love dirty Air Force One. I mean, the shoes can be beat to the ground and I see people wearing them. Let me show you guys an even bigger finesse by Nike. I was scrolling through sneakers just to see what shoes are coming up like I usually do, and I came across this shoe right here. This is called the Air Force One Fresh. From the surface, it looks like just a regular Air Force One. I honestly can't even tell the difference of it. I think the material looks a bit different. When we look at the description, it does say that soft textured leather helps conceal creasing and easy to clean. They replaced the woven labels and has a pair of extra laces so you can eat that jelly donut in peace. Hey yo! And the perforated sock liner keeps it airy and breathable. Now there's really no reason not to rock white on white. So that's a different approach from what we're seeing from the normal Air Force Ones that are just leather. Because like I was saying, once you get those Air Force Ones dirty, there's pretty much no cleaning. You have to buy a new pair. So with this version of the Air Force One, they're trying to make it to where you can clean it and it's more breathable. One of the biggest gripes I've had with an Air Force One is how heavy the shoe is, especially compared to their competitor Adidas, who has tons of breathable, lightweight shoes that still look stylish, such as the Yeezy 350, the Ultra Boost, the NMDs. There's just tons of other Adidas shoes that you can get that are breathable and still look good. Looking at them side by side, I can tell a difference a little bit. Maybe if I was walking past someone on the street, I wouldn't bother looking down because it just looks like an all white regular Air Force One. But as you can see, the materials on the left side, which is the Air Force One Fresh, is a lot smoother. To me, it kind of looks more like a mesh, like when you press it in, it just goes straight in, which is gonna fix the creasing issue on the Air Force One compared to the original on the right, where if you press into the Air Force One, you will see the leather creases. I think that's a pretty cool idea if it works out how they expect it to. We might have to revisit this shoe and see what it looks like, but also the retail price is $140, which is $30 more than the original Air Force One right now. It's definitely too early to tell if it's worth it, but I feel like this is not going to be a popular shoe amongst the masses. Also, most people probably didn't notice this, but the most recent Jordan 1 had a price increase as well. The Jordan 1 Bleach Coral dropped on Nike sneakers for $180. I don't know if I've just been out of the loop with Nike products, but I haven't seen an official announcement about that recently. I remember seeing it a while ago about an alleged price increase, and I think it was supposed to come into effect holiday 2022. I mean, I wouldn't say it's already a holiday season yet, but for Nike, I guess so. In fact, I think Nike did this on their own, because if you look at some of the other sites that also released the Jordan 1 Bleach Coral, none of them dropped for $180. All of their prices were at $170. And just to show you how unusual this price increase is, let's look at the Jordan 1 again. This is my favorite pair of Jordan 1s. And this dropped in 2018 for $160. And in 2019, the retail price was still at $190, but in 2020, they raised the price to $170. Personally, I thought that was already pushing it. I felt like $160 was the perfect price for a Jordan 1. And now in 2022, they have raised the price to $180. So it took a total of 4 years just for the Jordan 1 to have a $20 price increase. Meanwhile, the Air Force One took 7 months. Shit, even the Yeezy 350, Adidas' most popular shoe, even I would say probably the most popular shoe in the past 5 to 8 years, hasn't seen an increase like that. We've seen a ton of Yeezy 350s throughout these years. At this point, I can't even keep up with all the colorways. They're starting to look the same to me. Like, come on, bro. Look at these colorways. The Citron, the Landmark, the Natural, the Sesame, and Butter. They all look almost the exact same. They're just a little dingier than the other pairs. But anyways, they just raised the price to $230, which is insane for a shoe. Even though the shoe has been out for 6 years, it finally just got that $10 increase. It's been $220 ever since the Yeezy Beluga dropped back 6 years ago. And truly, I think $220 has always been an outrageous price in everybody's mind for Yeezy 350, or just for any sneaker in general. I've always felt like pretty much every Yeezy has been overpriced besides the Yeezy Slides and the Yeezy Foam Runners, which are very recent. When I first saw the Yeezy 700 drop for $300 retail price, that shit hurt my soul. That has to be one of the most overpriced sneakers I've ever seen. And you've seen Yeezy even drop the retail price on the 700. The most recent 700, which was the high res red, released for $260. Some of the previous 700s have also dropped at the same price, but it was a little weird to see the Wave Runner come back this year, but also drop at $300 instead of the $260. They should just change the materials at that point. But anyways, Nike's out of control with these price increases. Like I said, I understand their point of view. They want to make money off their most popular sneaker. So I mean, they gotta do what they gotta do. So that's pretty much it for today's video, man. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think about these price increases. Do you think this will stop people from reselling the Air Force One? And are you going to continue to buy the Air Force One? And I'll catch you guys in the next one.